Hi everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Simplified. In today's video, we are going to have a quick market update. We've had some bad news, we've had some speculation, and we've also had some absolutely objectively fantastic news. However, before I get into all that, I want to thank all of you guys for being a fantastic bunch of subscribers. Please keep all those comments coming in. If you've got any suggestions on content, I'm open to hearing all of it. I'd also like to remind you that we have an ADA giveaway for when I hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you'd like to participate, leave a like, leave a comment about the video, and leave your Daedalus wallet address down there too. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away 100 ADA to the lucky individual who is randomly selected. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just information from me to you, one cryptocurrency enthusiast to another. This is a discussion. Everything I say over here is open to interpretation, and I want it to be discussed. Got any comments? Let me know. Let's keep the conversation going. So, having said all that, let's dive right into this market update. What's happening in the world of crypto? And we have a bit of sideways movement. The major currencies aren't really moving too much. Out of the top 5, we have EOS at a 4.21%. I shall be getting into that a little bit later on in this video. The positive price movement, Digibyte, Kin, and Mithril are the big earners for today. And in terms of negative price movement, there isn't really anything that's too worrying right now. It's all single-digit reds. So you could say that this is consolidation, this is sideways movement, but we'll only really know when we have the context of a few more weeks. What we do know for sure though is that Bitcoin dominance is up 1.5% from my last upload. So what this indicates is that there's either money moving from the alts to Bitcoin, or people are cashing out their alts while the Bitcoin holdings are staying more or less stable. We do know that in the past, before we had that huge altcoin run, the money flowed to Bitcoin first, and then after that it went back into the alts when they were really low. Could this happen again? Maybe, but there is no guarantee, remember, because past performance does not affect future results. So one can hypothesize that it could happen again, but I don't think it's wise to put all your eggs in the basket of one hypothesis. So having had a look at the market, let's get into the news, and let's start with the bad news first. Let's get all of this out of the way as quickly as possible. So first up, Japan. Huobi Pro is suspending cryptocurrency trading for users in Japan. This is the second exchange to withdraw support with Japanese traders because of new regulations that are being implemented in Japan. So obviously these regulations are a bridge too far for what this cryptocurrency exchange would like to get involved in. So they're withdrawing support. Of course, this isn't going to go down very well with Japanese traders since there is a lot of money in the cryptocurrency space coming from Japan. Remember, Bitcoin is legal tender in Japan, so this is a fairly big blow for the exchanges involved. Next up, Bitcoin's Lightning Network is experiencing a few problems, and that is that there's a 1% success rate with transactions larger than $300 US. This is a fairly in-depth article. It talks about the Lightning Network, why it's needed, what it's all about, as well as potential reasons as to why this problem is actually happening right now. I won't get into all the details of it because this article is very well written. You will definitely benefit from reading this. And of course, if you want to follow up the study that's being quoted in this article, I should leave the link in the description as well. It's by the DR publication, and they're talking about how only select hubs in the Lightning Network are actually capable of transacting lots of money between each other with a success rate. So it's slightly technical, so you do need a bit of an understanding of how this Lightning Network actually works. But if you actually want to understand what the issue is, these two articles will definitely give you good insight into that. So that's the end of the bad news in this update. Next up, let's have a look at the speculation, and we start with the great Robert Shiller. So in this, he's talking about Bitcoin being a generational phenomenon. So yeah, people in our generation, millennials, are very bullish on this. I shall get to more information on millennials' bullishness on crypto a little later in this video. But he's also talking about it being geographical. So he's saying that there's a lot more interest in this from the west coast of the US than on the east coast. And that sort of makes sense. A lot of this Wall Street money is on the east coast, but on the west, there's this unbridled culture of innovation. people in Silicon Valley have this sort of cultural trait to them that they are not really afraid of failure. That's why there's so much innovation coming out of there, because people don't mind putting their entire life's work on the line if they believe in something, and if other people believe in it, a fever pitch follows. And of course, we have a massive fever pitch in cryptocurrencies right now. So regarding Bitcoin, I shall read out his quote, and says, "It's another faddish example of human behavior. It's glamorous. I don't mean to dismiss it. Some smart people went into these and other cryptocurrencies, but it's a story that goes way beyond the merit of that idea. I don't know for sure, but it strikes me that the reason why people are so excited about it is more psychological than something that could be explained by the computer science department." And over here, I cannot fault this quote in any way. It's completely true. There are cryptocurrency projects galore. People are announcing partnerships all the time. But it'll only really come into fruition when there are users to use these platforms. People getting actual value by using these platforms. So it's still very much in this psychological, speculative state where people like you and me who are into this stuff are very bullish on this stuff. Most people don't even know that cryptocurrency is a thing. So once that changes, we could have a lot more adoption. But see, it's chicken versus the egg. People don't really want to know about it, so how could it be adopted? So we have to find a way to get rid of all this technical jargon that is obviously very prevalent in the space, but we need to make it more understandable for regular folk, because it's the regular folk that will make the price shoot up by getting involved in the cryptocurrency space. We can't exclude normal people from it. The whole point is that the machines and our software needs to do the heavy lifting, so human beings can just do the human being things, such as making a decision to buy or sell. They shouldn't really need to worry about the complicated things like transaction fees and all that we currently have to do right now in cryptocurrency. So next up, I spoke about millennials and how cryptocurrency is generational. Well, it turns out that 21% of millennials think that Bitcoin is a better investment than real estate, seeing as how millennials are shouldering the blame for the decline of the diamond industry, for the decline of purchasing of second houses or even a first house. Of course, Bitcoin is a much more attainable goal. Like, yes, anyone can really afford Bitcoin because you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can always buy a fraction of a Bitcoin, and it's still an investment. Of course, 21% of people don't really own Bitcoin. They just think that it's a better deal than real estate. So the link to the study can be found over here, link in the description as well. So link in the description, do check it out. Next up, we have some news about EOS. Of course, you know that there was a bit of a fiasco regarding EOS's constitution, about people censoring transactions. I covered it in my last market update. Well, it seems that the price has bounced after the creator has proposed scrapping the constitution as it currently is. In the new constitution, they want to have a bit of an opt-in third-party arbitration. Not my words, the words of the writer over here. And let's see how that goes. Obviously, the market is taking this in a slightly positive way. But then again, the price of EOS had dropped so far down, any good news was bound to give a bit of a bump in price action. And now from here, folks, the news just keeps getting better and better and better. So strap in, we have some fantastic stuff coming. First up, Facebook lifts their cryptocurrency ban amid rumors of a Coinbase takeover. Though I tweeted the other day implying that I was happy that Facebook was lifting their cryptocurrency ban, and in their press release they did talk about being concerned about the projects being fake, being scams, because of the buzz around cryptocurrency at the time. Of course, it banned cryptocurrency advertising in January at the height of cryptomania. So in their recent release, they said that they will only really allow legitimate projects. However, my criticism is they should have only been allowing legitimate projects in the first place. So Facebook are expecting praise for doing their jobs. Any football fans will know what Mario Balotelli would think of that, saying, why would you celebrate if you score a goal? It's like a milkman celebrating for delivering milk. So Facebook, I was very disappointed on that front, but I'm glad they reversed that. But now this news, well, not really news, rumors about a Coinbase takeover, I think that would be problematic. But at the same time, if we can integrate cryptocurrency purchases directly into Facebook, this will do huge things for adoption. Absolutely massive. So, link in the description. It's quite a detailed article, so do check it out. There's lots of speculation over there. There's lots of links to past events. But I do think it's really nice to actually have a look at this because it covers things from a fairly 360-degree point of view. Next up, we have some beautiful news from Malta. We have a member of parliament, Silvio Schembri, and he's tweeted, today, well, day before yesterday, Maltese parliament has unanimously approved 3 bills on distributed ledger technology / blockchain, a first in the world. Honored to have driven these bills, announced that Mr. Stephen McCarthy will be the CEO of the new Malta Digital Innovation Authority. So, having read this tweet, I want to actually find out which are these 3 bills that have been passed. Cool, there are 3 bills, but what do they actually talk about? Very limited information to go by so far. As I get it, I shall tweet it and post any updates on this channel. But we do know that Binance are moving their headquarters to Malta. We do know that lots of other cryptocurrency exchanges are going to follow suit. These guys want to be #blockchain island. There is going to be a summit in Malta on the 1st and 2nd of November. And you're going to have the Prime Minister speaking. There are going to be a lot of people from around the world speaking at this conference. So Malta really want to position themselves as a thought leader in this space. And someone's got to take the lead. And I'm really glad that Malta has decided to do that. Well done, Malta. Fantastically forward-thinking policies here. Very well done. Next up, we have some news from India and Ripple. So we have Mahindra Kotak Bank, one of the largest banks in India. They have tied up with Ripple for cross-border remittances. This is just the most recent partnership in a long line of Ripple partnerships with major banks. Of course, irrespective of what you think about Ripple's involvement with these large players in the financial world who we believe are the problem, irrespective of what you think of that, this is adoption. This is the use of cryptocurrency technology. Of course, there's a lot of criticism about XRapid and Ripple not actually being used the way that's been advertised, but I'm not even going to get into that. I'm going to celebrate the progress of it, celebrate adoption, because that's what we need. We need adoption. We need people to actually see cryptocurrency being used in all aspects of their lives so that they firstly get over this ridiculous hump that cryptocurrency is a scam. This will really help people get over this irrational stigma they have in cryptocurrency. And finally, the most exciting piece of news in this update. We have one of the largest, most successful venture capital funds in the world entering the cryptocurrency space with a whopping $300 million investment kitty. So this firm, Andreessen Horowitz, are a household name in the tech space. You might know them as the early investors of some tiny little companies like Facebook, Airbnb, Coinbase, GitHub, and Uber. Yes, these are early investors in some of the largest online institutions that this planet has. And these folks are completely bullish on the future of cryptocurrency, even though there's been a 70% pullback from December's all-time highs. Institutional investors are not stupid folks. They're not going to buy in when cryptocurrency is at peak fever pitch. So of course investment by institutional players will come in at this time. So they were just waiting for a pullback, and this is not going to be the first time that this happens. Every time that there is a correction, you could see institutional money coming in because they want profits. They're not doing this for the good of the industry. This is simply a profit-taking game. Buy low, sell high. Cliche, completely overused, but you'd be surprised at the amount of people who don't follow this very simple rule. So, that's it from me. This is Mark from Crypto Simplified, signing off. The future is very bright, people. Hang in there. Good times are coming. The maths and the logic does not lie. Cryptocurrency is scientifically sound. Now we just need the whole world to catch up and actually see it for what it is. So folks, don't forget to leave comments. Let me know what you think about these news articles that I've covered today. Leave your Daedalus wallet address in your comment as well. When I hit 1,000 subs, I will randomly pick a lucky winner to receive 100 ADA. So folks, you take care. We shall catch up very, very soon. Laters.